Fellow citizens of Ambazonia, today na number 19 day for the month for April 2019. My name na Capo Daniel. This one na my daily podcast for una. Finally, the European Union, their parliament, the European Union, their meeting the camp after the Ambazonian Governing Council began a closed-door meeting with their international partners, with some of those European parliamentarians for Geneva. The initial motion, where they be put into their parliament, it will be rejected by Dr. Yabacho. If we talk say that motion not be meet up the expectation for push forward our independence and our right of self-determination as will be the expectant. Dr. Larry Ayamba jumped into action for try for push those parliamentarians away in our international partners for see how they feel rectify those motions. Unfortunately, no be way to be happen. Most of the parliamentarians the way they be sponsor the initial motion, there be been 5 of them, but will not be see any of those our parliamentarians we will be the expecting meet and talk. But the coalition still be intact. They can reassure us the coalition of European parliamentarians with the international partners where they struggle for help for back our independence quest through the Ambazonian Governing Council still be alive and still be strong, still be behind our independence. In any case, we thank all the movement the way they don't participate for the movement for push our independence through the European Union and the various people that are right later than for that organization. More so, we thank the Governing Council of Ambazonia for taking the leadership and for making this milestone. Say finally the European Union as a bloc, they don't come together for deliberate on the crisis where it go on for our territory. Make we listen for one of those parliamentarians the way they be amongst the coalition of parliamentarians for European Union who will expect me then talk about our case.
In the country, particularly in the so-called Anglophone regions, repression of demonstrations and the narrowing of the political space. Key opposition figures are under arrest. They face military trials. More than 100 protesters or sympathizers are facing prolonged detentions. Defense lawyers claim that Cameroon's own legal procedures are not being respected. A de facto ban has been imposed on marches and protests of the opposition, which is clearly not in line with the constitutional rights of Cameroonian citizens. We have been following the situation closely, constantly, on behalf of all the 28 member states. We've asked for the release of detainees against whom hard evidence cannot be produced, and we've asked for an immediate halt to violence, to human rights violations and hate speech, and I insist on this message today. I thank you for putting this important debate on the agenda on the last day of your mandate to stress this message in a unified manner. Regarding the situation in the English-speaking regions of the Northwest and Southwest, we have consistently called for dialogue as the only way to achieve a sustainable solution in a non-violent and inclusive manner, respecting fundamental rights and the rule of law. Regrettably, unlawful killings and atrocities continue to be reported regularly, allegedly involving both the security and defence forces and separatist groups. The humanitarian consequences of this situation are alarming, with about 500,000 internally displaced people and over 32,000 refugees from Cameroon registered into Nigeria. We have raised our call for restraint and dialogue directly with the authorities of Cameroon. In particular, we are following closely the cases of the 47 Anglophone leaders that are in jail, insisting on the need for a fair and transparent trial.
Most of the other parliamentarians, they be a pro-France, they are parliamentarian, the way they can talk, the focus na mainly on Maurice Kamto. Even though the expected parliamentarian who we expected to go talk for we, they not be talk, but we'll be happy say one of the alliances parliamentarian we talk, he mentioned the palaver for Ambazonia as the so-called Anglophone regions, where it means say it give recognition for our issue as a dispute of sovereignty,
particularly in the so-called Anglophone regions.
Nevertheless, this is a milestone that the European Union is taking up this issue, and will just be hopeful, say the talks for America with the State Department and the Governing Council of Ambazonia go lead to required or expected result. But as this happen, we also say instead for our other leaders them for be happy with this move with the Ambazonia Governing Council then lead them. Someone they instead go right later. The group way they Fontemni by group way they be Holland for America, the SCLC. Then go right later for the instead talk now say them be na the group where they get the highest number of leader them. So all this type of sabotage they no fine. It be normal say when diplomacy they go on where the Ambazonia Governing Council they already announced for all months they get meeting with this parliamentarian them. If any other group one right later now for support what it happen for day. No before begin claim saying that them be the highest number of coalition. Let's say they want claim superiority for represent the interest for the Ambazonia people over leader the way they already did for day. Now all this type of things that is spoil which you would do. Now all this type of thing we don't see the same thing. Time where they be apply they be apply for UNPO. The Dr. Ella then go for this with a delegation for go sabotage them. Talk to me they remove Southern Cameroon for this because na another organization put them for this. Forget for no Siseko Sesef be contacted by Ambazonia Governing Council. Say me Skakuf take over the application. Siseko be green. Now the same people they be denied for no go include Skakuf as the applicant for this. So all this sabotage now it is spoil which would do them. May we keep our argument and our fighting amongst ourselves, not before in front of the international community. You know, fine so. Anyhow we did, we'll keep on resistance, we'll hold grass, we fight for our right, our independence with the international partners that we have now. We are sure with the international coalitions that we have, in particularly the ones that I met, Capo Daniel met personally in the Basque, with the parliamentarian, the way Mrs. Eba meet them, with the Ambazonia Governing Council, will be sure so our issue will be raised as a matter of sovereignty challenge, as a matter of we exercising our God-given right, international right of self-determination. God bless you now. May our revolution be short. May our independence be forever.